In today's video, we're going to paint the firewall, take the bed off, and because we shortened it, the bed mounts don't quite line up, so we're gonna add some angle iron to those, as well as put in a blazer tank in the rear. They used to be behind the seats in these years of trucks, so it's safer, and for our application to do off-road, you want some more weight over the back anyways, so we're gonna put a blazer tank that is a pretty much bolt-in kit. You do have to weld a few bars, but that's what we'll be doing today. Took the bed off. This needs to be finish welded. I got to finish welding where we took 10 inches out as well as across. So getting close there, which is great. The bed sits a little bit past this bed mount, so I need to add some material here, which I'm going to do is some thicker angle iron and go from there. All right, so we got these all welded up and on, looking good there. I may add a brace here, but there shouldn't be too much weight up there. It's being held on in a few other places as well. But next, we've got this old blazer tank that gets the gas the gas tank used to be in the back behind the seat, so it gets the gas out of the cab and gets it back here, as well as get some weight over the rear axles. So we got to move this cross member back and take this one out altogether so the gas tank can sit in the frame right here. We'll put in the tank. So we got that brace out as well as this brace out, and then we got the gas tank set in. I originally thought it sits in the frame rails, but it actually sits below. You can see kind of there how it sits below the frame rail. And you run these straps underneath, and then you have to have two bars to stop it. So those are my two bars. Everything's kind of tacked into place right now, but that gets the gas tank out of the cab, in the back, and over the back wheels. So gonna get everything all drilled, the holes drilled for the straps. Those two are done. I need to drill 2 holes on this side, down in there, and then I'll get it all strapped up. So got the holes drilled for the straps, both sides, and they're not tight yet, but that's how it will look. So got that down, sitting in there, looking good. Got the straps somewhat tightened down. Need to tighten down a few more, a little more on each side, and then finish welding these crossbars and put some rubber under here. You always want to soft mount your tank. You don't want it to be hard mounted. Not really sure why. I bet there's an easy answer for it, but I don't know. But pretty close to getting ready to get that all on, but you can see it sits under the frame, and then there's those straps that go across. So new gas tank, blazer tank in the C10. So pretty simple. You cut out the 2 crossbars as a recap, and then just put bars across where you want them, and then obviously need to put a mounting bar here. You probably could reuse this. You just have to trim it down a little bit. Mine happens to be a little bit bent, so it's just easier to get some angle iron and weld it in. But that's kind of how it sits for now. I know it's not pretty. It's all just kind of soft mounted there. I'll get all the straps dialed in and equal another day. So looking good. And then before I put the bed back on, this was all rusted, so I just cut out the rust spots. I still wanted to leave some of it just so it had a little bit more structural support, even though I cut out a lot of it. But yeah, so we're gonna get that flipped back on and ready to roll. So slowly coming together. All right, so as we got the bed back on, we have one issue. So where I cut out the rot, I left this section right here just to have some more structural support, but it actually hits the top of the tank and doesn't allow for the bed to sit down all the way. So I'm gonna have to cut that out and clean up what I cut even more just to make it look good. And then hopefully that'll allow us to set the bed completely down. All right, got that all cut out, so it should clear. Set it down and see how it looks. Okay, everything looks like it's gonna clear. Obviously, I need to clean up those edges. This bed's gonna come off a bunch, but we got our filler cap here. We'll plug it out to the side. Got that across, and nothing's hitting. So what I've done is I have wire wheeled all of the rust spots that were heavy and sanded down some of the spots, got rid of all the old brake lines. I did keep some of the wires and windshield squirter tubes all hooked up, and then did keep some of the wiring. Not sure what I'm gonna need for when I do the LS swap, but got all that mostly done. Wire wheeled everything, so we're gonna paint the firewall and then recoat the frame and get all that ready to go. Right here is done. I got the frame all coated. It's still drying in a few spots right there, but halfway done with the firewall. So before, after, and after, before. Those mounts worked good. Didn't end up adding a brace or a gusset, but may add later, but turned out good. So bed's back on the truck. Everything's looking good. Next video, we'll be working on the bed. So we'll be finishing up the welding on the outside, the inside, and the outside, as well as cutting these fenders and putting some flare on them to match the front so that it actually sits out. So stay tuned for that video and look out for it.